Did you know that what you eat can directly impact your brain health? Imagine fueling your mind with the right foods to boost memory, focus, and overall cognitive function. In today's video, we're diving into the top 3 meats that are scientifically proven to supercharge your brain. Whether you're looking to combat brain fog, protect against cognitive decline, or just keep your mind sharp, these powerhouse proteins are your secret weapon. Stick around to discover which meats can support your mental clarity and well-being, and how easy it is to add them to your diet for maximum brain health benefits. Number 1. Salmon, wild-caught. Salmon is not just brain food, it's brain medicine backed by strong research. It helps protect against cognitive decline, memory loss, depression, anxiety, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Studies show that people who eat fatty fish like salmon at least once a week have a 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's. Regular intake is also linked to a 20 to 30% slower rate of age-related cognitive decline. DHA, the omega-3 in salmon, makes up over 90% of the omega-3s in the brain. It's essential for building brain cell membranes and reducing inflammation. Low DHA levels are linked to depression, poor memory, ADHD, and even increased suicide risk. One study found that people with high omega-3 levels had 40% better executive function and working memory scores than those with low levels. Another large-scale review showed that omega-3 supplementation improves symptoms of major depression by up to 50%, especially in people with low baseline DHA levels. Salmon also helps lower the risk of Parkinson's disease. Inflammation and oxidative stress are key causes of Parkinson's, and omega-3s can reduce these by up to 45% in people who consume fatty fish regularly. In stroke prevention, regular fatty fish eaters have about a 27% lower risk of ischemic stroke due to better blood vessel function and reduced clot formation. B vitamins in salmon are crucial too. Deficiencies in B12 and B6 can lead to confusion, brain fog, mood swings, and nerve damage. One 3-ounce serving of salmon gives you over 100% of the daily B12 requirement, which supports myelin, the protective layer around brain and nerve cells. Low B12 is linked to a 40% higher risk of brain shrinkage in older adults. Salmon also contains astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that gives it that pink color. Astaxanthin crosses the blood-brain barrier and protects brain cells from oxidative damage. It's shown to improve mental clarity and slow cellular aging in the brain. In studies, people who consumed astaxanthin-rich fish showed improved reaction times and memory by over 15% after 12 weeks. Kidney function also matters because waste buildup in the blood can affect brain clarity and focus. Salmon, when portioned properly, 3 to 5 ounces, supports kidney health without overloading protein or sodium. Stick to fresh, not smoked or cured versions, as those can have up to 60% more sodium. One smoked fillet may have over 1,000 milligrams sodium, that's nearly half the daily limit. Cognitive decline means slower thinking, forgetfulness, and trouble focusing. Dementia is the more serious. Long-term version Alzheimer's is the most common type. People who eat fatty fish like salmon at least once a week have up to 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's. Omega-3s, especially DHA in salmon, help protect brain cells and improve memory. One study found that higher blood DHA levels were linked to 20 to 30% less brain shrinkage in aging adults. Regular salmon intake can slow brain aging by 1 to 2 years compared to people who rarely eat it. Depression has been linked to low levels of omega-3s in the brain. DHA and EPA from salmon help the brain use serotonin and dopamine, chemicals that regulate mood. Clinical trials show that people with low omega-3 levels are 35 to 50% more likely to have depression. Regular salmon intake has been shown to reduce depression symptoms by up to 50%, especially in people not responding well to antidepressants. Astaxanthin, the antioxidant in salmon, also helps by reducing stress and improving brain energy levels. Anxiety is tied to brain inflammation and chemical imbalances. Omega-3s in salmon lower cortisol, a stress hormone, and improve nerve communication. People with higher omega-3 intake have up to 30% fewer anxiety symptoms. According to population studies, B vitamins like B6 and B12 in salmon also help manage stress by supporting the nervous system. Children and adults with ADHD often have lower levels of omega-3s in their brain. DHA improves attention span, impulse control, and brain focus. One study found that children who took omega-3s daily had about 25% better attention and reduced hyperactivity symptoms by up to 30%. Regular salmon in the diet may support long-term brain development in growing children. Parkinson's is a nervous system disorder that causes tremors, stiffness, and movement issues. It's linked to oxidative stress and inflammation. Salmon's antioxidants like astaxanthin and omega-3s can reduce brain inflammation by up to 45%. People with higher omega-3 intake have shown slower progression of early Parkinson's symptoms and better muscle control. Strokes occur when blood flow to part of the brain is cut off. Regular salmon intake keeps blood vessels flexible and reduces clot formation. People who eat fish 2 to 3 times per week have a 27 to 30% lower risk of stroke. Omega-3s also reduce LDL cholesterol and blood pressure, both stroke risk factors. This includes lack of focus, mental tiredness, and low alertness. It can be due to poor circulation, inflammation, or low nutrient levels. Salmon helps by improving blood flow to the brain and boosting neurotransmitters. People who add salmon or omega-3s to their diet often report better clarity and mental energy within a few weeks. Mild forgetfulness or trouble recalling details is common with age. DHA in salmon supports hippocampus function, the memory center of the brain. In older adults, regular omega-3 intake is linked to 40 to 50% better memory scores. Even in younger adults, memory performance improves with consistent salmon consumption. Healthy nerves need B12, omega-3s, and antioxidants. Salmon provides all three. Deficiency in B12 can lead to tingling, numbness, and nerve pain. 1 3-ounce serving of salmon gives over 100% of the daily B12 need, which helps repair and protect nerves. It's especially important for people with diabetes or aging nerves. All these brain complications are different, but they share common root causes like inflammation, poor blood flow, or nutrient deficiency. Salmon helps by targeting each of these areas with powerful nutrients like DHA, EPA, B vitamins, selenium, potassium, and antioxidants. By including salmon in your meals 1 to 2 times per week, you're not just eating well, you're feeding your brain what it needs to stay sharp, balanced, and strong. For blood sugar and pressure balance, always pair salmon with low glycemic, high fiber foods. Add lentils, chickpeas, broccoli, spinach, or steel-cut oats. These slow sugar absorption, support gut health, and improve insulin sensitivity. Combining these with salmon helps reduce brain fog and stabilizes mood. If you're reading a nutrition label, key things to check are: sodium, less than 140 milligrams per serving is considered low. Saturated fat, under 2 grams is ideal. Total fat, prefer higher unsaturated fats, omega-3s, over saturated or trans fats. Serving size, stick to 3 to 5 ounces per meal. Larger portions can add hidden sodium and protein. If you're allergic to fish, look for plant omega-3s, ALA, in chia seeds, flax, walnuts, but know these convert to DHA very inefficiently. Only about 5 to 10% of ALA turns into DHA in the body. Supplementing with algae-based DHA can help. Cooking methods make a big difference. Frying can destroy up to 70% of omega-3s and triple the saturated fat content. Smoking or curing can raise sodium by 500 to 800%. Instead, bake, grill, steam, or pan-sear with olive oil. A lemon herb crust or garlic turmeric rub adds flavor and boosts anti-inflammatory effects without salt. If you want a brain-healthy plate, try this: grilled salmon, half a plate of steamed kale and broccoli, and a scoop of quinoa with olive oil and lemon. This combination hits every marker: low glycemic, high fiber, rich in antioxidants, low sodium, and packed with brain-boosting nutrients. Eating salmon just twice a week can lower your dementia risk by over 35%. That's powerful. It's not about eating perfectly, but about eating smart, consistently. Before we dive into the next meat, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps us bring you more valuable content to boost your health and wellness. Now, let's move on to the next brain-boosting meat. Number 2, mackerel. Mackerel is an omega-3 powerhouse, offering around 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, DHA and EPA, per 3-ounce serving. This amount is enough to meet 90 to 100% of the recommended daily intake of omega-3s. Omega-3s are essential for brain health, helping to reduce inflammation, improve cognitive function, and protect against neurodegenerative diseases. Studies suggest that people who consume omega-3 rich fish regularly have a 40 to 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's or other forms of cognitive decline. Mackerel is a fatty fish, which means it has more beneficial fats than lean fish. The fat is mostly unsaturated, including omega-3s, which make up about 20 to 30% of the brain's fat content. These fats are crucial for maintaining brain structure and function. Compared to lean fish, mackerel provides more calories, but these are healthy fats that support brain health rather than unhealthy fats. When choosing between fresh and processed mackerel, fresh is the healthier option. Processed mackerel, especially those canned in brine or oil, can contain 500 to 900 milligrams of sodium per serving, which is 20 to 40% of your daily sodium intake. High sodium intake can lead to high blood pressure, which negatively affects brain and heart health. To lower sodium, choose low sodium canned versions or rinse canned mackerel to reduce sodium by up to 30%. Mackerel has a zero glycemic index, meaning it doesn't affect blood sugar. This makes it a great option for stabilizing blood sugar levels, which is important for mental clarity and brain function. Eating foods with no glycemic impact helps prevent brain fog and fatigue. For heart health, mackerel's omega-3s have a significant effect. They help lower triglycerides by 20 to 30%, reduce blood pressure by 5 to 8 millimeters of mercury, and reduce the risk of heart disease by 30 to 40%. Omega-3s also reduce the risk of stroke by 25 to 30%. Regular consumption of mackerel can help maintain good circulation to the brain, supporting both heart and brain health. Mackerel is also high in protein, with about 20 grams of protein per 3-ounce serving. This high-quality protein is important for repairing brain cells, producing neurotransmitters, and maintaining brain function. It helps reduce brain inflammation, a risk factor for conditions like depression and anxiety. Portion size matters, especially since mackerel is high in fat. A serving of 3 to 4 ounces is ideal. This provides enough omega-3s without excessive calories or fat. For most people, 1 to 2 servings per week of mackerel is recommended to get the full benefits without over-consuming fat or sodium. Mackerel is generally safe for those with kidney concerns when consumed in moderation. However, its sodium content can be a concern, particularly for those with kidney disease. Fresh mackerel, in moderation, is a good protein source without excessive sodium, but processed mackerel should be limited. For cognitive decline and dementia, mackerel's omega-3s are highly beneficial. Research shows that people who regularly consume omega-3 rich fish like mackerel experience up to 60% slower cognitive decline and have a 40 to 50% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. DHA in mackerel also helps protect brain cells and maintain memory and learning functions. Mackerel also helps with depression and mood disorders. Omega-3s, particularly EPA, are known to improve serotonin and dopamine levels, which regulate mood. People who eat omega-3 rich fish experience 30 to 50% fewer symptoms of depression. Omega-3s also reduce brain inflammation, which is linked to depression and anxiety, offering a 25 to 35% reduction in symptoms. In ADHD, mackerel's omega-3s can improve focus and reduce hyperactivity. Studies show that children with ADHD who consume more omega-3s see a 20 to 30% improvement in behavior and attention span. This improvement happens because omega-3s balance neurotransmitter function, which affects attention and impulse control. For Parkinson's disease, mackerel's omega-3s protect the brain's dopamine-producing neurons. Omega-3 consumption has been shown to slow the progression of Parkinson's by up to 20% and improve motor control. This makes mackerel a helpful food for people with Parkinson's, supporting their motor function and brain health. Mackerel also plays a role in stroke prevention. Omega-3s in mackerel reduce inflammation in the arteries and prevent blood clot formation. People who regularly eat omega-3 rich fish like mackerel have a 25% lower risk of ischemic stroke. Brain fog and fatigue can also be alleviated by eating mackerel. The omega-3s help improve mental clarity and reduce cognitive fatigue. Studies suggest that people who consume omega-3 rich foods report 10 to 15% less mental fatigue after a few weeks of regular consumption, leading to better focus and less brain fog. For memory loss, the DHA in mackerel helps protect the brain's hippocampus, which is essential for memory. Regular omega-3 consumption can lead to 50% slower memory decline in older adults, helping preserve cognitive function for longer. For nerve damage and neuropathy, mackerel provides important nutrients like vitamin B12, which supports nerve health and repair. One serving provides over 100% of the daily recommended intake of B12, which is vital for maintaining myelin, the protective covering of nerves. Omega-3s in mackerel also reduce inflammation in the nervous system, supporting nerve regeneration and alleviating symptoms of neuropathy. When preparing mackerel, grilling, baking, or steaming are the best methods to preserve its nutrients. Avoid frying it. as this adds unhealthy fats and diminishes its health benefits. Pair mackerel with low glycemic, fiber-rich sides like quinoa, leafy greens, or roasted vegetables to keep blood sugar levels stable and support heart health. When reading labels, choose mackerel with 300 milligrams of sodium or less per serving. Look for options that are canned in water or olive oil, not brine or vegetable oil. The fat content should come mainly from unsaturated fats, and saturated fat should be under 2 grams per serving. A portion size of 3 to 4 ounces is ideal for most people. Mackerel is a brain-boosting food that offers numerous benefits for mental and physical health. By choosing fresh mackerel, controlling portion sizes, and pairing it with fiber-rich, low-glycemic foods, you can maximize the brain-healthy benefits of this nutrient-dense fish. Number 3. Anchovies. Anchovies are a small, nutrient-dense fish, packed with healthy fats, protein, and essential nutrients that support overall brain health. Just 1 ounce of anchovies provides approximately 950 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, DHA and EPA, covering 95% of the recommended daily intake of omega-3s. Studies consistently show that omega-3 fatty acids play a vital role in brain health, particularly in reducing inflammation, improving cognitive function, and preventing neurodegenerative diseases. People who consume omega-3 rich foods regularly, such as anchovies, have a 35 to 60% lower risk of Alzheimer's and other forms of cognitive decline. DHA specifically makes up about 40% of the brain's fatty acids, and its presence is critical for memory and learning. Anchovies are a fatty fish, which means they have higher amounts of healthy omega-3 fats compared to lean fish. Unlike larger fish, where lean cuts may be an option, anchovies are eaten whole, so you get the full benefit of the healthy fats, as well as added nutrients like calcium, vitamin B12, and selenium. 1 ounce of anchovies provides 13 grams of protein, which is essential for maintaining brain tissue and producing neurotransmitters. B12 is particularly important for brain function, as it supports the synthesis of myelin, the protective sheath around nerve fibers. A single ounce of anchovies provides over 100% of the daily recommended intake of B12, which is crucial for preventing brain fog and memory problems. The difference between fresh and processed anchovies is significant, especially in terms of sodium content. While fresh anchovies are harder to find, they are lower in sodium and do not contain any added preservatives. Processed anchovies, particularly those canned or jarred, are often preserved in salt or oil, which can significantly increase their sodium content. A small serving of processed anchovies, about 5 fillets, can contain 700 to 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which accounts for 35 to 45% of the daily recommended sodium intake. Excess sodium can lead to high blood pressure, which is linked to cognitive decline and an increased risk of stroke. If you are concerned about sodium, it's best to choose low-sodium anchovies or rinse them before eating, which can reduce sodium content by up to 20 to 30%. Anchovies have a zero glycemic index since they contain no carbohydrates, meaning they will not spike your blood sugar. This makes them an excellent choice for those concerned about managing blood sugar levels and reducing the risk of insulin resistance. However, when paired with high-carb or sugary foods, like pizza or white bread, the meal may increase blood sugar and inflammation, which is detrimental to brain and heart health. Instead, try to pair anchovies with low-glycemic, fiber-rich foods such as quinoa, lentils, or leafy greens. This will help keep blood sugar levels stable, reduce inflammation, and support heart health. Fiber-rich foods have also been shown to lower cholesterol by 5 to 10%, which helps keep arteries clear and supports brain circulation. The benefits of anchovies for heart health are closely linked to their omega-3 content. Omega-3s from anchovies have been shown to reduce triglycerides by 20 to 30%, lower blood pressure by 5 to 8 millimeters of mercury, and decrease the risk of heart disease by up to 35%. Omega-3s also reduce the risk of stroke by 27% and improve blood vessel function by decreasing the stiffness of arteries. This improves blood flow to the brain, which is essential for cognitive function and mental clarity. Regular consumption of omega-3 rich fish like anchovies has been linked to a 20% reduction in the risk of ischemic stroke. The protein in anchovies is of high quality, providing all the essential amino acids needed for brain repair and neurotransmitter function. 1 ounce of anchovies provides 13 grams of protein, which is crucial for repairing brain cells, building new brain tissue, and producing neurotransmitters that regulate mood, focus, and memory. The amino acids found in anchovies also help reduce brain inflammation and oxidative stress. both of which are linked to neurodegenerative diseases. For those with kidney concerns, anchovies are a safe protein choice in moderation. However, their sodium content can be an issue for individuals with kidney disease or those trying to manage blood pressure. It's important to limit portion sizes about 1 ounce per meal and to rinse canned anchovies to reduce their sodium content. Too much sodium can worsen kidney function and increase the risk of fluid retention, which may also affect brain health. For kidney health, 1 to 2 servings of anchovies per week is a safe and beneficial amount. Anchovies also support the prevention and management of cognitive decline, including Alzheimer's and dementia. Research shows that people who consume omega-3 rich fish like anchovies regularly have a 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's and experience slower cognitive decline. Omega-3s protect the brain's synapses, reduce the buildup of amyloid plaques, and improve communication between brain cells. DHA is also crucial for preserving memory and slowing down the effects of aging on the brain. Regular omega-3 intake is associated with improved cognitive function and a 40 to 50% improvement in memory performance in older adults. For those struggling with depression and mood disorders, anchovies can be particularly helpful. Omega-3s, especially EPA, help regulate mood by balancing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Studies show that people who consume omega-3 rich fish have 30 to 50% fewer symptoms of depression. The omega-3s in anchovies also help reduce brain inflammation, which is a contributing factor to depression and anxiety. In clinical trials, those who increased omega-3 intake saw a 40% reduction in depressive symptoms. In terms of anxiety and stress, anchovies have been shown to reduce cortisol levels and improve the body's stress response. Omega-3s have been found to reduce anxiety symptoms by 30% in people who eat them regularly. DHA and EPA also have neuroprotective effects, improving brain plasticity and reducing the impact of stress on cognitive function. For conditions like ADHD, research suggests that omega-3s can have a positive effect on behavior and cognitive function. Children with ADHD who consume omega-3 rich fish like anchovies show 25 to 30% improvement in hyperactivity and attention span. Omega-3s help balance neurotransmitter activity, improving focus and reducing impulsivity. In Parkinson's disease, omega-3s have been shown to protect the brain's dopamine-producing neurons, which are essential for motor control. Regular omega-3 consumption can slow the progression of Parkinson's by 20% and reduce motor control decline. Additionally, omega-3s have been shown to improve the quality of life for those with Parkinson's by reducing the severity of symptoms. For stroke prevention, anchovies help keep blood vessels flexible and blood pressure stable. Regular consumption of omega-3 rich foods is associated with a 27% lower risk of ischemic stroke. Omega-3s improve circulation and prevent the formation of blood clots, which are a major cause of stroke. They also reduce inflammation and improve the health of the endothelial cells that line blood vessels. For brain fog and fatigue, anchovies help restore energy levels by supporting brain function and reducing inflammation. Many people report improved mental clarity and 10 to 15% more energy after adding omega-3 rich foods to their diet. Omega-3s boost the function of mitochondria, the energy-producing cells in the brain, providing a natural source of sustained mental energy. Memory loss and neurodegenerative diseases benefit greatly from omega-3s. Anchovies provide 40 to 50% better performance on memory tests for older adults who consume omega-3s regularly. DHA helps protect the hippocampus, a brain region essential for memory and learning, from oxidative stress and damage. For nerve damage and neuropathy, anchovies provide essential nutrients like vitamin B12 and selenium, which support nerve repair. 1 ounce of anchovies provides 100% of your daily B12, which is critical for maintaining healthy nerves. People with neuropathy or nerve damage report significant improvement in symptoms when omega-3s are included in their diet. When preparing anchovies, choose healthy methods like grilling, baking, or adding them to salads and sauces with olive oil. Avoid frying them, as this adds unhealthy fats and reduces their nutritional value. Pair anchovies with high fiber, low glycemic sides like quinoa, lentils, or leafy greens to balance blood sugar and support heart health. When checking labels, make sure sodium content is under 300 milligrams per serving. Look for options packed in water or olive oil, not in brine or vegetable oils. Total fat should primarily come from unsaturated fats, and saturated fat should be less than 2 grams per serving. If you have allergies, avoid anchovies and consider plant-based omega-3 alternatives, like algae oil. Anchovies are a powerful food for brain health. supporting everything from memory and mood to heart and nerve health. Just keep sodium in check, watch your portion size, and pair them with brain healthy, fiber-rich sides for the best results. Thanks for watching. We hope you're feeling inspired to add these brain-boosting meats to your meals. Remember, your brain's health starts with what you put on your plate. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who could benefit from a sharper, healthier mind. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or want to know more tips for boosting brain power. Stay tuned for more videos on how to take care of your body and mind, and we'll see you next time.